morning. We begin with our breaking news story. This is just in. 3 people have died in a collision between a truck and a car on the N3 in Harrismith. We understand the car burst into flames on impact. At the moment, the N3 between Harrismith and Van Riemen's Pass is still closed. Let's get the latest on what's unfolding there. Netcare 911's Athlenda Mathe joins me now. Before we go anywhere, Athlenda, perhaps just give us the details of this case. What do we understand to have happened here at this stage?
Can confirm that 3 people, including 2 minors, have been declared dead at the scene of a fatal accident on the N3 in Harrismith. Reports indicate that the collision involved a truck and a vehicle. When we arrived on scene, we found that both the truck and vehicle had burst into flames. Reports indicate that the truck driver managed to jump out of the truck before it burst into flames. Sadly, an adult and 2 children that were still trapped inside their vehicle burned to death. We can confirm that the road is still closed and motorists are advised to use alternative routes.
We're watching some of the pictures from this accident. What has happened here looks absolutely horrific. At this point, do we have any details of what led to this accident?
Well, at this stage, the cause of the accident is subject to police investigation and comment. We can confirm that authorities are on scene trying to piece together what actually caused this collision.
Earlier on, we spoke to the N3 toll plaza. They told us that there were about 2,000 vehicles that were going through there every hour. To what extent has this now delayed those motorists who would be making their way to the Durban side of South Africa?
Well, at this stage, we can only confirm that there's still road closure and motorists are being advised to use alternative routes. We can confirm that authorities are on scene trying to manage the traffic, and traffic is being diverted to other routes, to ensure that motorists do get to their destinations safely.
Earlier on in the week, we also heard the Transport Minister releasing some of the figures, emphasizing that already the death toll is 17% higher than it was in the same period last year. You can't stress, that motorists need to be careful on the road. What advice would you have for people who are on the road driving during this busy season?
Okay. Well, we'd like to advise motorists, to ensure that they reach their destination safely, to follow these tips. Stop often to rest and stretch your legs, but make sure to do that in well-lit public places. Also, never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Stick to the speed limit and always wear your safety belt. Also remember that babies and children should always be secured in a child's car seat. And most importantly, we would like to advise the public on what to do when they get to an accident scene. Firstly would be to stop at the accident scene. You never know, it could be a family member involved or someone you know. Immediately call emergency services or instruct someone else to do this. In this case, call 082-911. Remember never to move anyone at an accident scene unless if it's for safety reasons. If there is a fire like with this accident, use a fire extinguisher. We do encourage people to carry a fire extinguisher in their vehicles, and, they must also learn on how to use it. And remember that while it is important to assist at an accident scene, you should also ensure your safety. And we'd like to, further advise, encourage people to take up first aid courses and CPR lessons. This may assist in saving more lives.
Given how congested it is in terms of traffic on the roads, do you find that as emergency services you have difficulty reaching scenes?
Yes, we do have difficulties, reaching scenes because you get that people are not familiar with the area they're in. So we would actually advise people just to make sure that, an ambulance reaches you in an accident. Remember to phone an emergency number, in this case 082-911 immediately. State your name and number in case you get disconnected to the call taker. Always state the nature of your emergency so that the appropriate level of care is dispatched to you. Make sure that you give the call taker the exact address, or if you are unfamiliar with the area, provide the call taker with the nearest visible landmark near you. And most importantly, remember not to hang up until the call taker advises you to do so.
All right, thanks for that update and also just for that advice. Athlenda Mathe, she's from Netcare 911. Our breaking news story this hour, 3 people, 2 of them being minors, killed in that accident on the N3 en route Harrismith.